What's poppin', gamers? My name is Espion. Now, to those that have been subbed to me before, you ought to know me as Mekarov. Well, I went ahead and changed the name of the channel because I've went by the name of Espion for almost a decade on the internet. So to clear up some confusion as well as to make things easier, I went ahead and changed the name of the channel to Espion to make things easier. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're gonna talk about what this video is about. You've seen the title and you're probably thinking, the hell is this? What is Dear Avenger? And why the hell did this person that has not even 100 subs, hell, not even 30 last time I checked, why are they getting recommended to me? Who the Now, I'll do my best to answer these questions, minus the last one because I do not control YouTube's algorithms. I'll do my best to answer all. So, what is this series? The series is called Should We Preserve This? In the series, we're going to look at a series of old video games, pretty much a lot of old stuff, and we're going to deem it they should be worthy of being preserved and locked away into a vault of timeless gaming artifacts, whether that's old video games from back in the day, old collectibles. We'll look at all those and we're going to see if they should be worthy of being preserved and locked away into the vault of gaming history. Now, when I say old video games, I mean old games. Games from early to late 90s, early to late 80s, so on and so forth. I'm talking about games that 95 to maybe 99% of you wouldn't have even heard of. And I do believe that the Dear Avenger is going to be the start of that, trend. So, with all that out of the way, and with all the introductions done and over, we're going to dive into the first game that's going to debut the series, Should We Preserve This? Dear Avenger. What started as a parody game ended up shitting out 3 sequels. We have not seen any revival of the series, or hell, any mention or even reference of this series in well over 22 years. Should we preserve this old 90s video game? Should it be locked away and remembered like Sonic the Hedgehog, the Mario series, Metroid? Does it belong in that vault, that display case of gaming titles? Well, let's take a look. My name is Espion, and we are going to judge the game Dear Avenger.
It's showtime.
Dear Avenger is a game where, unsurprisingly, based on the title, you are a deer that hunts humans. Dear Avenger was created in 1998, developed and published by Simon and Schuster? Schuster. I'm gonna go with Schuster. Interactive and Hypnotix. Originally, this was meant to be a parody of those old Deer Hunter games back in the day, mainly the game Deer Hunter 1997. Anyway, the game starts off with this intro where it seems fairly normal. You are in a cabin, essentially. You're in a cabin and you are the deer mounted on the wall. Now, of course, the deer is alive and he wants to be released. Meet the main character of the game.
It's showtime.
Now, the game starts off with a menu letting you choose 4 options, that being New Hunt, Trophies, Credits, and Exit. All pretty self-explanatory. Now, let's go ahead, write our name, and begin the hunt. After this, you get to choose between 3 weapons. The M16 assault rifle, a bazooka, and finally, and funny enough, probably the most interesting choice of all these guns, the slingshot as your weapons of choice. And Bambo, yes, the main deer of the game series, the name is Bambo. Essentially think Bambi except grown up and pissed. Anyway, Bambo has some decent, funny one-liners, or he has one-liners for your desired choice of weapon.
Well, this should even the odds. Oh yeah, when they absolutely positively gotta die. It may not be strong, but it's stinky.
Now, after you choose your weapon, you have the choice between 3 areas to hunt at, that being Connecticut, Minnesota, and West Virginia. Now, for me personally, I don't know why you would want to go to any of these places. They all look like hot ass, especially Minnesota. Fucking places a snowy hellscape. And like the weapons you choose, or the weapon choices, Bambo also has one-liners for the areas.
Connecticut. Picturesque, peaceful, colonial New England. A breathtaking backdrop for vengeance. Minnesota. Winter in the Gopher State. 10,000 frozen lakes and a lot of dumb hunters.
West Virginia. Come for the hunting, stay for the wacky dancing, banjo-playing inbred freaks.
Now, for the sake of giving you an initial rundown of how this game works, we're going to choose the area with the least amount of tree coverage so we can get a good look at these hunters. And of course, I'm gonna put myself through hell and obviously choose the slingshot.
It's showtime.
Now, when you do get into the game, you are given this map. You quite simply click, drag, and place,
Think a game could
and
be
let the
this
circle
cool?
go. You're essentially looking
There
for
we go.
droppings to find your hunter. And of course, in traditional Bambo fashion, he has to have a sarcastic or kind of a funny jab at whatever you find.
$4.99 a case. Looks like they brought the good stuff. Ah, fresh porn. Not a good speller, but look at his penmanship.
And eventually he'll break the fourth wall as well.
Come on, Magic Circle. Find me a hunter. Oh, boy, look at that circle go. Man, this is just like Star Wars. Only there's a lot more deer jokes. This action alone is worth the price of the game. Can you believe how great these graphics are? Did you ever think a game could be this cool?
Now, when you do find the droppings, essentially you would find them. It could be anything. It's a game in the 90s, so expect the simple, generic kind of typical thing that a redneck would typically bring when they're hunting. And when you do find it, essentially what you do is you click the hunt button and let Bambo aim his bazooka. Even though I did not pick the bazooka, but whatever, he picks whatever he chooses whatever the fuck he wants to use. So he's gonna use the bazooka. You find your droppings and you click the hunt button, let Bambo aim and fire. Alright, so it will appear that my virtual machine does not really appreciate Dear Avenger playing, so let me get that back up and running real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. Now we are hunting. As you can see at the bottom, we have 6 buttons to push here, that being map, fart, call, aim, look, and quit. Now, in case you're wondering, no, you cannot click on the compass because it's just naked Bambo pointing where you're looking. He's doing exactly what he's meant to be doing. He's meant to be a fucking compass. Why couldn't you wear your vest? Like what the hell, man? Whatever. All the buttons are really self-explanatory, and looking at this layout, you could tell it's meant to be a parody of the original Deer Hunter 1997. Now, really, I don't know what the binoculars are really for. I guess you can get a good look at the hunter when you do eventually find one. But, yeah, it does exactly what it's intended. It magnifies everything that you are looking at. Riveting. Call button, again, pretty self-explanatory. It calls out to the hunters to get their attention.
Ooh, baby. Boy, these woods make me horny.
And as you can see, Dear Avenger is a real product of its time. Get ready for a lot of crude and classic 90s to early 2000s humor. Do I really need to explain what the fart button does? Now, Bambo is a smart deer, And when you use your resources too much, he will berate you as well as himself for scaring away hunters.
Note to self, stop using that call button so much. I'm scaring off the morons. Wow, that's a bonehead move. I've used too many calls and now these guys are scared off. Maybe I should stop pushing the call button and start kicking some ace.
And when that happens, it's back to the map to find more droppings. And by that, I mean exploit the fact that this is a very old game and go to the same spot, stealing these dumb fucking rednecks' beer, nudie mags, what have you. Just stay there and you'll find them.
Hey, what do you call a deer after I shoot its eyes out? No idea. Get it?
Nice one. Decent rap.
So we finally got a hunter to spawn, and looking at his pixelated self on the screen, he looks like he's up to no good. And with a joke like that, I believe he deserves to die.
Hey, Bambi, watch where you're shooting.
Okay, now I'm pissed. Stand still, you moron.
And like that, he got away. Okay.
Well, it's time to go watch Dukes of Hazzard.
Let me hear you yell. All right. Louder, son.
Sure, Dukes of Hazzard, buddy. Yeah. Now, if it wasn't obvious already, the slingshot does kind of blow dick. It blows hot fucking dick. It essentially makes the game puts the game in the hard mode. Well, that, and also if you decide to go on Connecticut.
This kind of excitement should sell a lot of video games.
You remember what I said about breaking the fourth wall? See, Bambo gets how to sell a video game. It needs to have that fucking... It needs to have this. It's this game. See that deer right there? That deer knows what he's talking about. He knows how to make a good fucking game.
Did my computer crash, or is this game really this dull?
Mumsy, I've been shot.
Every moron for 50 states knows I'm here now. I've seen better hunting in a cave.
Alright, back to the map we go. Back to stealing the same beer we stole before. Try again.
Man, this is just like Star Wars.
Alright, this time we won't fuck it up. This time we're gonna actually kill this bastard.
Hey, anybody want a free satellite dish? Uh-oh, somebody's pickup truck's over here and they left their lights on.
Didn't I see this guy on Cops?
I haven't been shot like this since Altamont.
Fuck yeah.
Would make great fertilizer.
Wait, I'm sorry. Well, what the fuck did you just say?
This stuff would make great fertilizer.
Wait. Now I'm going by the animation of how we killed him. Does that mean he's gonna? Does that mean he's gonna mix himself into the dirt to make himself as fertilizer? Oh, okay. So after you kill a hunter, they are placed in your trophy room, and you get to learn their names,
This guy still stinks.
as well as get Bambo to insult them after the fact. Now, from now on, because the slingshot is ass, I'm gonna show you the other areas with the trusty M16 and maybe the bazooka. Anyway, the hell itself, we go to Minnesota. Same as before, drag the circle and find the same beer. And as you can see here, hell is hell. You have more tree coverage and cataracts as a side bonus because of all the fucking snow.
Viagra! Get your Viagra!
Now then, as you can see here, this is an interesting character. From my understanding upon researching this guy has had quite the interesting history when it came to being created into this game. I will go into the discussion with the I'll go into the topic of that in a moment. So the tree hugger character, when he was created and when the game first initially launched, of course, as you see him in the game, you see him as it is. Even stated right here on the wikis that he prances through the forest, flailing his hands, pointing out rainbows. He asks questions such as,
Does anyone want to see my nipple?
but anyway, the tree hugger character actually got criticized by GLAAD. They did go after the creators of Deer Avenger back in the day. They asked if whether Deer Avenger was a parody game or if it was pansy baiting, which is kind of funny to me that was the term they used, pansy baiting. Very interesting. But the game designer said that the character isn't gay. With the co-creator Jeff Siegel. I'm going to go with Siegel. Anyway, Jeff Siegel explained that the trigger character was actually meant to be a parody of environmentalists. Anyway, that is really what we have listed in the wiki of the tree hugger shit. Very interesting, but not really too groundbreaking to where this game needs to be canceled and should never be remembered at all. Nothing like that. But little fun fact, a little bit of lore behind the scenes, if you will. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Thank you for taking the time to listen. But yeah, this is Tree Hugger. He's something else.
Ooh, what a stud, a real man's man.
Anyway, let's go to what I guess is considered double hell or super hell. Get it. And we're gonna go ahead and bring the bazooka because I'm sure a lot of you people were like, I wonder what it's like when you kill him with the bazooka. Well, let's find out. Now, Connecticut, much like Minnesota, is the more difficult of mass because of the high amount of tree coverage. No, I'm not kidding. You can't see shit here. That's why, to show you this piece of shit, I'm gonna bring the bazooka because guess what? You didn't need to really aim with this thing to kill something. Who would have thought? Bro, see? I wasn't lying. Look at the fucking foliage. You can't see shit.
Are you sure about that?
Smell that? That's money.
Not the face, not the face.
Looking good, yuppie boy.
So in the end, that's the gist of the game. List your name, pick your weapon, pick your area, find the droppings, attract the hunters, kill said hunters, and repeat. In terms of gameplay, there really isn't much. Story, it's also not really there. It really feels like the Deer Avenger wasn't meant to really be an eye-capturing, story-rich marvel. It's meant to be more just a parody game, filled to the brim with one-liners, and while often frowned upon to some extent now, still holds up and is still funny to this day. To which, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and provide you with a small compilation of some of my favorite quotes from the game to cap off this segment of the video.
Don't run off and cry to mommy. Get back here and fight like a man. What are your options worth now, pretty boy? Hey, where'd everybody go? I must have scared them all away. Yeah, maybe I should have taken a bath this morning. There's nothing going on. What's an angry deer supposed to shoot at? This is getting so boring, even I might start hunting deer. Well, here's an accurate game. The Minnesota Rockies. Educational as well as fun.
Don't you know who I am? Long live General Lee. Now I can't go see WrestleMania. Leonard Skinnerd will avenge my death. Innate sensors detecting danger. Don't stop. Wait, I smell something. Something horrid. Hey, Bambi, watch where you're shooting. I ought to kick your white-tailed ass. Them hooves don't work too good, do they, boy? Nice breeze out today. My wife's a better shot than you.
Keep your tail down around this guy. He looks horny. Does the phrase dental hygiene mean anything to you? This guy's straight out of a catalog. Nice pants, pansy boy. Smell that? That's money. I smell patchouli. Uh-oh, here comes Johnny Sensitive. This guy just plain creeps me out. If the trailers are rocking, don't bother knocking. A Range Rover in the woods? This guy must be lost. Well, it's not intelligent, but there's definitely life around. Rest in peace, Elmer. Hell, every moron for 50 states knows I'm here now. Even if your IQ hovers in the mid-20s, you'd have left by now. Whoo-wee! Did somebody just gut a pheasant? Nobody could stand this stench. Damn, it reeks out here. What was I thinking? Ugh, that's awful. Great, now they just think I'm a drunk with a gun. Yeah, a real standout in these woods. Eat lead, pansy. I suck. I can't even hit a beer belly the size of Texas. Okay, now I'm pissed. Stand still, you moron. Get back here, you hillbilly. I got another one for you.
Somebody having a hoedown around here?
Viagra! Get your Viagra!
Beer me.
So with all that we have seen from this game, should it be preserved, or should it gain a spot in the historical video game archives? Should it be put right there alongside games like Sonic the Hedgehog, the original Super Mario, as a standalone game if it didn't have any of the sequels attached to it within a year apart from one another, mind you? Like, these games came out a year after one another, which is mind-blowing to me. I would have said no, like 100%. This game would not belong in an archive, because if it didn't have sequels to it, what would be the point? It's just a one-off game. Like, who cares? It's a parody game. It really wouldn't have mattered. And yeah, despite having funny humor for the time, and hell, even now some of it's pretty funny, there was little to no game in it, in my personal opinion. There's just no game. You pick your weapon of choice, aka the bazooka or the M16, because who would subject themselves to the unfathomable fucking hell that is trying to kill a hunter with a slingshot? You go to West Virginia because of the fucking lack of tree foliage, so you can easily pinpoint your hunter and kill them. Find your droppings at a spot and just wait. Occasionally send out a fart or a call. Or if you're like me, when I was around this time of the around this year, as a kid, I would find a cheat to automatically spawn in a hunter, which, if I recall back in the day, it was you hold shift and then fart, and it would eventually just spawn in a hunter instantly. Mainly, I did that because I wanted to see the funny animations of the hunter dying in silly ways.
You degenerates! What's wrong with you?
It was so funny to me back in the day, and hell, replaying this game and watching those same animations, it was still funny to me. Like, some of them kind of aged like milk. It's like, yeah, none of them not really that funny anymore. But there were still some key moments in there that were still funny to me. And it's a very big shame that the virtual machine that I was using to get this game to actually work properly so I can record it, some of the stuff were lost and did not run, which made me very sad. But it was still fun to play this game. Well, play it again, rather. But anyway, Dear Avenger as a standalone game definitely would not make it in there. But because of the sequels, which I do plan to make sets of videos on in the near future for these games, I think I can safely say that Dear Avenger deserves a spot. If not for the gameplay, if not for the story that really didn't have, or the humor, I think it would deserve a spot solely because of the sequels that were made after. Dear Avenger deserves a spot into this vault of gaming history because it was a stepping stone into a set of games. It was a stepping stone for a set of games that really paved the way to this kind of humor, and also, you know, maybe changing the formula a bit for PC gaming. I would have to do more research about that, but I'd like to say it did. Now, when I did mention that I'm going to be doing a set of videos for the sequels as well, you could argue, oh, are you just gonna get the sequels a spot too because they're sequels of Dear Avenger? Absolutely not. No, I have my own merits of doing that. But anyway, Dear Avenger 1. Should it be remembered? Yes. Does it deserve a spot? Yes. If I were to give it a rating out of 1 out of 10, because of the sequels, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. If it was under 5, I would not say it deserves a spot, but yeah, a 5 out of 10 I'd say is great. A good spot for it. So with that out of the way, Dear Avenger, enjoy your spot in the vault of gaming history, and hopefully people will agree with me. If not, if you disagree with me or if you have your own opinion on it, please put it down in the comments below. And with that, let's move on. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to try a different style of videos this time around instead of just general Let's Plays. And I've been a huge advocate of preservation of video games or even gaming hardware in general. Is like I've been very interested in that kind of stuff, and I wanted to do a series where we look at video games from the past, or hell, even some from the present, or what could possibly be in the future. I want to look at these games and I want to see if they should deserve to be remembered. Like, I had a thought that, wow, there's going to come a time where people are going to remember the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and not even know that Sonic the Hedgehog was a character back in 1993 or even earlier than that on a console called the Sega Genesis. That nobody's going to know about that in the coming years. And that's sad to think about. So I want to make sure that these moments are preserved. And I wanted to start with a more obscure game that I remember back from my childhood. And playing it now, I didn't expect to have as much criticism as I did. I thought it was going to be completely opposite. I thought I was going to deem this game as a holy, sacred jewel. But here I am. I criticize it, and it almost didn't make a spot in my first video. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm sorry for going off on a rant on my outro here. I'd like to do more for this series. Again, I have the sequels of the Dear Avenger games planned. I'm gonna start making those as soon as possible. God, I still cannot speak, even right now, as I am catching myself. I have failed to speak. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Yeah, we're gonna start archiving video games, both old, new, current, you name it. Let's see if some games stand the test of time. Let's see if they're deemed worthy. And I hope you guys can agree with me on some of them. Or disagree with me. Anyway, that'll conclude this video. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. You can leave now. Bro, you've overstayed your welcome. Go away. Get out. Go away.